We use it, and what is it good for? Anybody out there in the mathematical world want to speculate? What is volume? How is it different than area? How is it different than this, that, or the other thing? What is volume? Peter?
We use it to measure three-dimensional objects.
Okay, we use it for three-dimensional things. You got anything else out there? Eli, is that what you were gonna say?
I was just gonna say the same times height,
Well, you know,
and it's used to find the amount of space in an object.
how are you looking at your notes?
You know?
It is used to find the amount of space something takes up. Okay? With rectangles and prisms and things like that, we use what's called cubic units. Okay, and if you have to think about this, let's see. If you're talking about a cubic inch, that would be a block that is 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. I've got some, actually these things here. This is 1 cubic centimeter. There'd be a lot of cubic centimeters even smaller than that cubic inch, so. And we abbreviate that with a little 3 rather than writing the centimeter times centimeter times centimeter. And let's look at this. A cubic foot would look like this. That's a pretty big little square there. Okay? 1 foot cubed. And here's what confuses a lot of people. If I asked you how many cubic feet or how many cubic inches would be in a cubic foot, most of you are going to tell me the wrong answer. Does anybody know how many cubic inches are in a cubic foot? Jacob?
Either 100 or 1,000.
Well, no. I mean, you're just kind of guessing, I believe, but then we're talking inches and feet here, not centimeters thing, so it's not going to be a nice, it won't be a nice number though. Cubic inches in a cubic foot. Well, how about this? How many, let's change it to something maybe we can figure out. How many cubic centimeters, this is actually a decimeter cube. How many cubic centimeters would you fit in a cubic decimeter? Cubic of these and this. Peter?
600.
600. What's up?
1,000.
1,000? Sure. That was going to be your guess? Well, here's the deal with that. The same thing with like, a lot of people, because they know that they're how many inches in a foot. How many inches in a foot? 12. So a lot of people think that there's 12 cubic inches in a cubic foot, but that's not true because going back to what Eli said, how do we get volume of something? To find volume of all these things we're going to be talking about today, you just take length times width times height. Volume equals length times width times height. Even though you can't read it because my pen isn't being there. Okay. So, if I have a cubic foot, let's say this is my cubic foot. What are the dimensions of my cubic foot in feet? It's a 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. Well, if I change those dimensions into inches, a foot is how many inches? So this side would be 12 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This side would be 12 inches. And the height would be 12 inches. So to find out the volume in inches, you'd have to multiply length times width times height or whatever. It would be 12 times 12 times 12. 12 times 12 is Anybody? 144. I multiply that by 12 again. 144 and 288 is 82. There would be 1,728 inch cubes in a cubic foot. And the same way you guys, some of you got it right. This little this cubic centimeter, how many of those in that decimeter thing? Well, that means this. Here's my block I have there. Okay, there are 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters here. If you look at this thing, it's split up into the little groups of 10. 10 of these wide, 10 of these high, 10 of these long. 10 times 10 times 10 is? Okay, there'd be 1,000 of these. It would take me, how many do you suppose I have? I actually could do this here. Look at this. Oh, this.
Magic.
That's one. I need 999 more.
You can do it.
I wonder how many would be how many blocks would there be just in the first layer? How many blocks would it take me just to get 100 of them, right? There's gonna be 100 in just one layer. And how many layers high is it?
10.
10. So you've got 10 layers of 100, and that's where 1,000 comes from. I'll bet I don't have 100 here, do I? But I've got another bag from here.
Just full of.
Just what?
Full of her. Yeah.
Dump the thing in there.
Yeah, dump the.
There's pennies in there.
Because I
Because I use pennies sometimes. Maybe I have 100 of them. Who knows?
You can do it.
Volume can be deceptive. For example, if I asked you, how many cubic feet would my room be? If you had to guess, take a look at the floor. Do you see that tile? That's a square foot. So a cubic foot would be that same size, just a foot high off the ground. How many 1 foot cubes? I wish I had a 1 foot cube. Okay. Okey-dokey.
Where's Calvin's?
I don't know if Calvin, I don't think Calvin actually made it here. So he must be.
He's in the back.
Okay. Oh, I might have clothes. Let's take a look. No, they won't fit. How do I get them back out? This would be a building project.
No. Just stop. You're doing Mr. Wrong. Let's go.
Oops, yeah. So take a look at page 429, please. Did I turn this on?
Already.